probably gonna get me canceled, and I know y'all finna be in them comments starting to ruckus, but somebody gotta say it. A lot of women are not single because they hate men. A lot of women are single because they have not run across a man who is strong in the areas where he wants to lead. Before anybody take that out of context, when I say stronger, I'm not talking about physical strength. No. I'm talking about mentally, emotionally, spiritually, financially. Need I say more? I think when a lot of men understand that leadership is something that a woman would naturally trust you with if she sensed that you already have it. So claiming something and not possessing that type of aura is two different things. So even if a woman finds herself physically attracted to a man, but she realized that man is not emotionally mature, that man is not spiritually mature, that man is not financially stable, where is he going to lead her to? I'm not saying that in a disrespectful way. I'm not. But the truth is, a lot of women are not trying to compete with men. They're not. But they're not willing to shrink themselves to be with somebody while they're trying to learn how to stand up. You see what I'm saying?
I'm loving this let them theory, let them do whatever they want. What if we don't let them? What happens if I grab you by the neck the next time you say something I don't like and shake you around? What if we just stop letting them? I think I'm going to put this into practice. Just start not letting them.
The real reason a man is not pursuing you
is because he is not ready. It doesn't matter who you are or what you're doing. There's nothing you can do different to make him pursue you if he is not ready to pursue.
Yeah, there's no speeding up that timeline. No. There's only slowing it down. Trying to speed it up slows it down.
And you're wasting your opportunity to be getting a man who would be showing up for you.
Oh my God, bro. Oh, man. What the man?
What's going on, fellas? Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment down below. Let's get back to the video.
You step into your male role, you invite a girl out to date, you have to pay because the initial interaction is that I can provide for you. Because usually feminists have this ideology of I could do it myself, but their biology wants a provider. You know, I feel like all women should have a provider that's able to help them and care for them and buy them the stuff they need. But what's the problem?
In a room of 300 men, how many of them would you think find you attractive? Any number y'all want to give?
Out of 100?
300.
300?
Yeah, okay. I agree.
I don't know, unless they got money.
I swear, it's always the fat ones, man. Damn, it's always the fat ones and the ugly friends, man. Ruining the vibe, man. He asked you about attractive, bitch. You went straight to money. You ruining the vibe. Answer the question, man.
Stop sharing those opinions. You know, you don't need to be telling people what they can and can't wear, what you think is okay and what isn't okay, you know?
Well, black men are the leaders of black women, so we tell you guys what to do.
And that's where I end this because that is very weird. I don't like
Is that not true?
No, that is incorrect.
So when you go to date a man, do you want a leader?
I don't want to date a man.
You're not. You don't go that way.
Not particularly.
Okay, so that makes sense for you. But I mean,
still,
black women that want a black man.
Gender does not dictate how you lead, who you're leading.
Yes, it does.
Ooh, yeah. I should have ended this conversation a long time ago.
Okay.
Look, that's the thing right there. A lot of modern women want to pick and choose when equality applies. You don't want somebody telling you what to wear, but then you're saying men should lead and make decisions for you. That's not how it works. You can't have it both ways and expect a man to stick around. When the rules keep changing based on what benefits you that day.
So the other day I'm talking to my brother and he's like, I'm broke this month. And I'm sitting there looking at him like, how? You don't buy skincare, you don't buy makeup, you don't buy outfits, you literally wear the same hoodie every day like it's a uniform. Meanwhile, I'm out here budgeting for serums, foundation, lashes, hair appointments, a cute outfit for every event, and somehow I'm the one who's supposed to be broke, or not be broke. It honestly made me so curious that I was like, I genuinely want to see a man's per diem for 1 week, just like a little sneak peek, because clearly they're spending money on something. I just can't figure out what.
I just had an epiphany and I feel so stupid right now. I sitting here thinking to myself, I'm like, where have all the good men gone? I can't find them. Every dude I talk to either ain't got a job, ain't got a car, ain't got nothing going on. And I'm sitting here, I'm like, where are all the good men? Work! They have jobs! You know where they're not? At Goodwill at 3 p.m. on a Tuesday like me after writing my silly little songs all day. So if that means I gotta post up at the MAPCO at 5 a.m. looking hot to bag me a hardworking man, MAPCO, get ready. You about to get a show.
Nah, that's real talk right there. She figured it out. Good men aren't missing. They're just not hanging around places where people ain't working on themselves. They're at their jobs, building, staying focused. So if you want that kind of man, you got to be the kind of woman he'd actually want to be around. That's just how it works.
So I'm out having dinner with my girl, and I want y'all to just notice something. There's women, all eating there. Women, all eating there. Women. And let's not forget right there too, because they're everywhere. Oh my God. I don't normally go out, but when I do, I go out with my girls, and I am seeing something, a trend. Girls are all going out with their girlfriends. There's not like one date.
I'm such a hopeless romantic, and I really just want to have a cute meet cute. And I'm just like, can that even happen for me? Like, I feel like a lot of guys just don't approach me as a hijabi because like the respect thing and all that, which I honestly appreciate. But like, then the little girl, like, can you holler at me too? Like, I want a cute meet cute. Like, to tell my kids, like, I can't have that. I feel like now all of us are just on the apps, and I actually despise the apps. Like, it's actually annoying. It's very exhausting. And I'm just like, someone can just like a cute guy, like, come slide in my DMs. Like, someone approached me in person, like, I want a cute meet cute to tell people, and I can't because we met on the apps. Like, I don't, like, it gives me the ick. Sports is so nice.
Hold on, give me 1 second. Hello?
Yo, Jay, come get online.
Nah, I can't right now, man. I'm out in the forest.
Jay, you won't believe who's online right now.
Bro, I can't. I'm busy.
That's your friend?
Jay, the whole squad is online right now.
Everybody's online right now.
Lamron, Dexter, Paul, and Frozen Bites 210.
This man finally got on, right? He was missing like Corey Kenshin. And disappear and come right back.
Exactly. Don't miss this opportunity.
All right. Let me tell him. Hey, babe, listen. All the boys are online. You understand that, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, can I play?
Go save the world.
All right, bet. Hey, yo, PlayStation card initialized.
Right away, sir.
Hurry up and start. I'm gonna play this game.
So what a lot of modern women don't understand is that chivalry requires respect. Men require respect. A lot of modern women think that men are just going to continue to do what they've been doing, and they're just going to continue to be chivalrous, even though you're disrespecting them, and that's not how it works.
Ladies, listen to me. Everything that men do is 100% intentional. Everything that a man does, he does it with intention. You guys are living in La La Land. You guys have been watching Disney too much. I need you guys to wake up and smell the coffee. Everything that a man does is 100% intentional. Okay, so if he's not replying to you after so many hours, if he's taking hours to reply back to you, he knows what he's doing. If he hasn't spoken to you in weeks, he knows what he's doing. If he's texting you but not planning a date, he knows what he's doing. He has a plan, and that plan just means you're not included in that plan.
Women keep women single. Single women cannot stand when any of their friends get into a relationship because they need their friends to support their bad behavior. This is even worse when a woman is married. A married woman's single friend will do everything and anything in their power to get the friend to leave her marriage. Anything the married woman shared with her single friends, the single friends will find a way to get her to view it in a negative way. Anything the man does will be criticized and scrutinized. It is the goal of single women to get her friend in a relationship or a marriage or to leave so that the women can be single again. That is why I always say all the time that women sabotage each other's relationships.
Caucasian women in the United States of America are in big trouble. They are having a very hard time, not only getting into a relationship, but keeping a man.
I am no one's top priority. I'm just not. It's a fact. I'm not asking for pity. I'm not woe is me, but it is truly just a fact. I am no one's, call me when you get home, or I joke around and say, I'm looking for someone to text when my plane lands. I'm not that for anybody.
34. I'm single. I have no single friends. I deleted all my dating apps, and I'm the biggest homebody I know.
It's not spoken about enough how hard it is being the other woman that doesn't get chosen and the one that just gets discarded like trash, while the other one gets the changed man and gets a future.
Just went out on a first date with a man who smells like hamster bedding, who said he never reads, he never votes, and he doesn't understand that the world is actually round.
He showed me time and time again, and here I am, just like a just waiting to be loved. Like, please let me, pick me, choose me. Fuck! And I needed reassurance, and I needed him to say the right thing.
Marriage and family, unfortunately, isn't worth it to men anymore. Society encourages women to focus on themselves and prioritize short-term things over long-term commitment. And that shows up in every part of our lives, which makes men not want to marry us. A lot of the qualities that a lot of men look for in a woman are becoming less and less common. And at the end of the day, the risks are so high for him getting totally ruined from marriage and having kids if things don't go her way. Men often don't feel appreciated in relationships anymore. They hear constant criticism about what they should be doing. Even though they're putting in so much effort and they're doing their absolute best, it's still not enough. And a lot of men out there who do want marriage and children, they're going to be a lot more selective than they used to be. They're going to make sure that you bring enough to the table. They're going to make sure they can fully trust you and rely on you when things get hard. They want to know that you're not just there for their resources, and you're not going to try to burn them if you're not happy with the situation.
Real talk, she's identifying exactly what's happening right now. Men aren't checking out because they're afraid of commitment. They're checking out because the math doesn't work anymore. You've got high legal risk, constant criticism even when you're doing everything right, and no guarantee of appreciation or loyalty. So yeah, men are getting selective. That's not them being difficult. That's just them finally protecting themselves. Can't blame that logic.
If a man is going to be around, what value is he bringing at any capacity if he's not helping solve issues? Like, why are you here if you can't help?
So I think that that's what the assumption that the only thing that a man's job is to do is to create monetary solutions. And that's not the truth. The truth of a man is he's so much more valuable outside of his money. Although money is important. Let me make that perfectly 10,000% clear. Money is important, and so is leadership. So is vision. So is him being able to hold for you inside of your space, for him having emotional intelligence, for him being and offering respect, for him being a kind and compassionate man, for him being able to put a smile on your face, for him being able to have forethought about what's coming and actually being inside of action. Those things in a man are so valuable that even if you do have problems, but this man has vision and action, like faith without works is he's in action towards a vision. He may not be able to solve your problem right now, but he might in 6 months or a year and a half or 2 years. And the problem with women is they want the man that can solve all the problems right now, and they're not even that man's responsibility.
Just like small, like the bags are bigger than you still. I feel like you're like a bundle of joy.
Damn, that girl looks good. She hasn't even made eye contact with me. Should I even waste my time approaching her?
Excuse me, you have 2 seconds? I just saw you and I thought you were cute. I just wanted to come talk. What's your name? Nice to meet you.
I don't look Filipino?
Nah, you do, but like I don't know any Filipinos named. It's like new to me. And what are you out here shopping for, yo? You have like big bags.
I was shopping for family.
Okay, cool. You gotta tell them I said hi, okay? You gotta put in like a good word for me and everything.
I feel like I look pretty.
Nah, not really. You're just like small. Like the bags are bigger than you still. Do you like coffee?
I don't drink coffee.
No? What do you drink? Matcha? You drink matcha? I could have seen that coming still. That's easy. Okay.
I like the taste of it. I like coffee.
Matcha works. Matcha works. Here you go. You see, I didn't need any green light to just go. I am the green light myself. I'll go when I want to go. I'll approach when I want to approach. Don't wait for something to magically happen. Make that thing happen yourself.
Yeah, this is foolishness. You want a man to be a provider and do half of the housework, be a full-time active father. That's like, what, triple duty. That's you're not reciprocating anything. That's why men are checking out. The expectations and the entitlement, the delusion of these modern women keep on stacking while your offer to the man stays the same. Oh, add this on, do this, do that. And the man keeps on having to do things for you that you're not even willing to do for him. Not even close. Not even close. Are you serious right now? Absolutely not.
Only guys do this. This is not a physical characteristic. This is an attainable quality. Oh, and hi, my name's Jenna Nicole. If I'm being so honest, and I'm being so honest with you, men who approach women are hot. Yes, they're hot. Let me put it this way. For the guy that she calls creepy for approaching her, she would be flattered if a man who she was attracted to did the same thing. And you never know who's going to be attracted to your presence and your energy. So just shut your brain off and do it. Also, if you don't have creepy intentions, then the girl who calls you creepy is just immature and you don't want her anyway. Because even if I'm not into the guy who approached me, I respect him way more after that. Even if I say no, I will be more open to saying yes in the future because now I respect the guy. So definitely do this if you want her to respect you immediately. Guys who do this are just more confident. They're more socially adaptable. And because few men have the guts to do something like this, you're going to stand out. Men who do this are men I would trust, men I would feel safe with. And I would feel safe with them because I know how much courage it takes to do that. And I know that courage will translate in other areas of life, like providing and protecting, for example. Women want to be with men who take life by the, you know what, and they make things happen. These guys understand that failure is not rejection. The only failure is not trying at all. If you want to go on more dates with high quality women, book a call.
What my favorite thing about my man is? You wanna know? That he literally turned the hoe into the housewife. Into a housewife. It's possible. I'm just folding his boxers. It took a minute. I was like, I ain't ready to settle down, baby. I'm still out here in the streets. But he turned me into a housewife. How's your mic? Yeah, he did it. Yeah.
Some things should not be said out loud or said at all. If that's what the case was, keep that to yourself, because that's not a flex. And imagine the guy, the man watching this, like now because it got millions of views, imagine everybody know that he turned a hoe into a housewife and he's just sitting there. And I'm just saying, she probably made it because she wants to go back to the streets. That's probably why she made it. So just FYI, because she belongs to the streets, fam.
You cannot get a man of value with multiple kids and multiple baby daddies, baby. I'm so tired of hearing this. And what's crazy is I'm hearing this from women who have no kids. When I say I've never had a problem getting a man to want to do for me, be with me, provide for me. And I had 2 kids with 2 different fathers. I've never had that problem. What y'all are doing is telling these women to lower their standards because these type of men do not accept them. And that is so far from the truth. I've seen women go from projects with the kids to millionaire men. So please do not put that false narrative out there, especially if you don't have kids yourself. Okay, now I'm on the road with my kids right now. For my son's AAU came, and I was just in Nashville with my daughter. Most men are like, I love seeing you with your kids. I love seeing how active you are because you are showing me what you will be to my kids. How great of a mother you will be. So, please do not listen to these fake narratives out here. Anyways, I'm your girl, J Monique, and 2 can play that game right. Make sure you like, comment, and share to a friend that needs to hear it.
Real talk, she's right on this one. A lot of men aren't actually checking boxes the way people think they are. If a woman's got her life together, she's a good mother, she's got ambition. Most solid men see that and they respect it. The problem isn't the kids. It's women listening to other women who've never been in that position, telling them what men want. That's just noise.
Do you think women ruin good men?
And do you think this generation is easy to give up on marriage instead of fighting for your love?
No, I don't think we have a weak generation that gives up on love. I think everything goes back to who's your mama and your dad. And did they raise you right?
Didn't I say
So,
that?
a good man can't be ruined by an entitled woman. A good man says, oh, I gotta go.
I love this answer.
And they move to the next one. And maybe it's a better one. Yep, so that's it.
Okay, do you feel like people quit or do you feel like they fight for relationships?
No, I think a good man and a good woman will fight for a relationship. And again, it goes back to, how you were raised and what your values are. Relationships are hard. And so when you're growing up, if you're taught relationships are hard. And that's why they make you take vows. I promise, no matter what happens, I'm going to stick with this because it's hard. It's hard. And that's why, you go before your friends and God and say, I'm not giving up. So if you were raised in a way to keep a strong relationship, then you won't give up. You'll keep working for it.
I don't know who else needs to hear this today, but leaving a marriage doesn't require your husband to be a villain. So many women come to me and say, he's not a bad guy, he loves me, but I'm miserable. And then they immediately follow it with guilt. Because if he's good, then they feel like they must be the problem. Here's the truth. You can leave a good man who's a bad fit. Misalignment is enough. Loneliness inside of a marriage is enough. Carrying the emotional load alone is enough. And feeling frustrated and resentful and exhausted doesn't mean you're ungrateful. It means you've been over-functioning for a long time. A lot of women stay because they don't want to hurt him. And they're scared of the unknown. They've been together forever and they just can't picture what life would look like on the other side. But staying out of guilt slowly turns into self-abandonment. And staying out of fear just delays the inevitable pain. Yours. So if you're in this place, here's a few things you could do right now. First, separate guilt from truth, because guilt just means you care. It doesn't mean you're wrong. And then second, stop asking, is he bad enough for me to want to leave? And start asking, is this the life I want to keep living? And third, get informed, not panicked. Talk to a divorce coach. Talk to a finance professional. Ask a divorce attorney the real questions. Preparation breeds confidence. Give yourself permission to choose alignment over obligation. You're not the bad guy for outgrowing a relationship. You're a human, and you're allowed to want peace and partnership and happiness.
She's pretty accurate about this. Men actually prefer, it's not that they don't want love, but they actually prefer in a lot of situations respect over love, right? You can say I love you and all that. That's what women want. But men, they want you to show that you respect them. You can show me you respect me by, kind of saying thank you, showing appreciation, treating me like you actually care about me versus acting like I'm beneath you, which is what a lot of modern women do. Because once a man feels disrespected in a relationship, it's pretty much already over in his mind. You're wondering why you don't get flowers. You're wondering why that man don't plan dates or take you out. It's because you've been disrespectful. You've been ungrateful, and you don't want to be around you.
Women nowadays will literally be like, I can't find any good men. There are no good men left. And then they'll be like, I just need 6 feet, about 6 inches, and 6 figures.
Even if this video was just meant for fun, it's still another case of men acting like women have impossible standards so that they feel better about themselves when they don't meet them. And it bothers me because these guys are acting like women are looking down on men who they would consider less than perfect. But have you ever heard a woman talk about a bum who she's in love with? Because she'll make every excuse in the world for why that man is incredible and just misunderstood. So let's say, for example, that a man has no job. She's not going to let you sit there and call him unemployed. No, she's going to tell you how it's probably because no one ever encouraged him and that he's going to be able to do anything he sets his mind to once she just believes in him. You're acting like women will only date men who make 6 figures, but I know women who are working 2 jobs with full insurance and a 401k who are dating men with 60 cents in their bank account because she thinks he has potential. I don't know how you can act like women will only settle for rich men anyways when most families are living paycheck to paycheck and can't survive on one income, because I think that means they married for love. And don't even get me started on what's between the legs, because there are women in 30-year marriages who have never successfully had a no, and you're going to act like women are out here throwing the whole man away because of his size? Because I don't think so. In fact, there are women out here faking O's so that the men in their lives don't feel inadequate, and yet you're going to act like we're out here bringing measuring tapes to our coffee dates? And sure, when it comes to height, maybe some women do have a preference for men who can reach the top shelf or the cookie jar, but that's all subject to change. If he's a good man with good qualities, then she may just fall in love and try to convert the whole world talking about how we love a short king. Listen, the truth is that even you don't believe this nonsense, because if you really believed that women had impossible standards, then you wouldn't be telling them to pick better men at every opportunity. So when I see videos like this, I realize that they're usually not mad about what women want. They're just mad that women don't want them.
Well, I've answered this question a million times before, but since you asked, I'll answer it again and maybe put a little bit different twist on it. And the answer, my friends, is simple. So simple, in fact, that women flat out refuse to believe it, which is why they too are asking the very same question over and over. You see, men aren't looking to date or for relationships anymore because they've realized there's no point in doing so. It's all risk with a very, very small chance of any reward. Men understand now that there's literally nothing to be gained by approaching, dating, being in relationships with, or even marrying women. Heck, they've even realized that it's a risk to talk to them or even be around them because false allegations are so rampant. The truth of the matter is women have proven beyond any reasonable doubt that not only don't they have anything to offer, but they find it downright offensive for men to even think they should have to offer something. A point they've proven time and time again in their videos, the way they talk to men in general, and most certainly in the way they treat men, not just in relationships, but throughout all of society. And even more telling is how they react when you point that out to them. They call it things like hate speech or misogyny and a host of other terms they love to throw out, which we all know aren't said in any kind of positive manner. It is what it is. The bottom line is men have made it clear that they're done. Done being treated the way they are and have been by women. Done with being told to sit down and shut up. Not being allowed to share their thoughts, feelings, and emotions. And the women's response, which is to double down on it, proves they simply can't admit to themselves it's their own toxicity that's the cause.
Can I be so real with you? When men hit on me, it legitimately pisses me off. Like, it makes me angry, and I know that might be unreasonable. I just don't want to. I'm not interested in dating. I've decentered men and dating and love. I'm okay with alone with cats. I'm cool with that, and I've learned to be alone, and now I like it. And just through my own life experience, observing the patterns of men and understanding how most of them act as a collective, and just knowing ball, I know that when a man talks to me, it says he's trying to get something from me, and that pisses me off real bad. So when men hit on me, like, I legit get mad when men find me attractive, because it makes me so mad, because then men don't talk to anyone that they don't think is attractive, and that alone makes me angry. Like, you're only coming over because you want to me. That's what it is. It all boils down to the same. You're only coming over because you want to try to, oh no, I just want to get, you want me, or you want to use me for something. You want to use me for an ego boost in some sort of way. You want to see if you can try to get my number so you can feel good about yourself. It's all about using me in some way, and that's why I just have no patience for dealing with men. I have no patience, and I know not all men are like this, but I just don't have I don't want to give every guy a chance, because most of them are evil, so why would I'll treat you all the same, just get out of my face and leave me alone. You know what I mean? Then men will be like, you're being so unreasonable. How are men supposed to talk to women? How are men supposed to approach women then if you don't want them to talk to you? I don't know, but it feels like this. Imagine you're so thirsty. You're driving your car. You're like, oh, I'm so thirsty. I want some water. I need water. So you pull over to the gas station. You're like, I'm going to go buy this water. I'm so thirsty. But you notice outside of the gas station, there's this person that's asking every single person that pulls up for money. And some people give them money. Some people don't. And you're like, I just wanted to get this water. I didn't want to deal with this. You get out of the car and they go, hey, how are you doing today? And you're like, hi, I'm good. And they're like, did you have a busy day? How's it going? And you're like, it's all right. And you're like, well, did you think that you could spare some change? And you're like, there it is. That's how it feels when men talk to you. Like, you know, that person's like, they just said, how are you doing today? Did you have a busy day? They don't even really care about that. They're just saying that to segue to try to get what they want from you. They're only talking to you to get something from you. That's exactly how it feels when men talk to me. I don't know how else to, there's nothing else. There's no other reason. Why are you talking? Like, what do you want? What the f*** do you want? What are you doing? Like, get out of my, I don't care. I don't want to be a part of your weird. Well, you want to talk to me because what, you're trying to make your ex jealous or what? Or you just are, you need an ego boost, you want to show off to your friends, you're so thirsty, you haven't gotten laid for like a few weeks, so let me see if I can try this girl. Get out of my face. Like, I don't care. I don't, like, and I don't know, that's just how I feel. I can't stand when men hit on me because it's like, we all know why you're talking to me. And it's not interesting. Like, go away. Go away.
I'm going to read off a profile that expresses a sentiment amongst women that I believe complicates the men as provider conversation. Female, late 20s, based in the US, hospital administration. Average looking in my opinion. I'm looking for someone who is similar to me in looks. Prefer if he's over 5'10", but that's not a deal breaker. Ideally, I'd prefer not to relocate, but will consider it on a case-by-case basis. I would like someone who has a provider mindset, as I do not plan on working after marriage. Someone who earns a take-home of $200,000 at minimum. I also expect him to take part in household duties equally. If we decide to have children, he must be an active father, taking an equal role as myself. I mean, I'm not a man, but I don't know who would take this. It's profiles like this that sometimes tell me how little self-awareness people have, where they think they should be getting something, but they haven't really thought out why this person would choose them. She has her set of requirements, which aren't particularly compromising for what she's bringing to the table. And then on top of that, she wants someone who is a provider, she is not really willing to relocate for. And then on top of that, she wants him to take equal part in household duties and in raising their children. Now, while even provider men should take part in household duties and in being active fathers, at some point, they won't have the capacity to be able to do so if they are financially providing for your family. Like, are we missing the fact that he will have to put his time, effort, and energy, and probably a significant amount of it, towards providing for your family financially, especially in these times? And then if you want to have him do things equally with you at home, even though you are not working and even though you don't have any children right now, I just don't know how that would seem to make sense to someone. But interestingly, this is a pretty common sentiment. And I understand kind of the background of this, where women have historically been saddled with a lot of the household work. But at the same time, this is kind of pushing it in the very opposite end of the spectrum. Traditional gender roles may give you the ick, which is why you were expecting equal participation from your husband in anything household related. However, when you are asking for a provider husband, you're essentially opting into traditional gender roles yourself. And honestly, I can see why some men who present themselves as providers come with a layer of trepidation, because at some point, because of this pushback on traditional gender roles, partnership is thrown out the window, and the expectation from what's required of them just becomes unrealistic.
I feel like such a dude right now, because it took me over a year to realize how badly I fumbled the bag when dating this amazing man. Like, he was one of the sweetest, kindest, most genuine guys I've ever dated, and I threw him away like day old trash. And I'm just so disappointed in myself and how I conducted myself and how I behaved and how I treated him and made him feel taken advantage of. And I'm just disappointed in the way that I ended things so abruptly, so rudely. And this is something I've wanted to process so many times over the past year, but like, I genuinely couldn't come face to face with myself and like how I conducted and just my behaviors, because honestly, I know so many of the reasons why I behaved the way I behaved is due to past traumas. And while that's not an excuse to treat people poorly, I do have to recognize how, my past does affect me. And, I'm in therapy and I have a coach and I'm working through a lot of these things. But yeah, it just sucks when you realize how badly fumbled. And it's not just because it's 1 a.m. on a Friday night coming home from the bars and realizing it being so apparent how challenging it is to meet good men out in the wild. It's definitely a wake-up call. I'm consistently working on my shit with my therapist so that I don't let subconscious behaviors and reactions treat other people poorly and, you know, stand in the way of my own happiness. Yeah. I wish that I could reach out to him and apologize and have a conversation, but it's been a year. It's too late. And I wouldn't want to hear from me either. But I just felt like I needed to express this. I wrote him a letter that I'll never send. But yeah, I recently saw that we don't follow each other on Instagram, but I was curious and I looked him up, and it looks like he moved states, and it looks like he has a new girlfriend. His profile is private, but his profile picture has him and his girlfriend. They look happy, and it makes me happy. Yeah, I feel... But yeah, I fumbled because he was hot, and he had a great job, and he looked like a young Justin Timberlake, and he would cook me dinner. We went to Six Flags one time, and my shoes were untied. He just knelt right down, tied them up. Like, that's so sweet. Anyways, good night.
And honestly, she just proved the entire problem, right? Women want men to approach, but they're not willing to do it themselves. They're not willing to go through the shame, the embarrassment, the rejection like a man is. They're not willing to do any of that. They're not willing to feel how a man feels. Modern women want men to understand what they go through from start to finish, from A to Z. Get the full experience. Oh, you don't know what a period feels like? Let's go through that. Oh, you need to have this happen to you. You need to have this happen to you. And when a man says, yeah, you have problems, and those are huge problems, but we have problems too. Oh, you don't really got problems. Not like me. My problems are huge. And then when they get out there, like you just saw, they don't want to do it, right? Because it's a little bit harder than you thought. Because your ego takes a little bit more of a hit than you thought it would.